Boruto Blue Vortex Chapter 22 shows Juro going after Boruto, and he starts asking him some questions about who his accomplice is, or like who's helping him out, who's his assistant, or who's behind the scenes, kind of like giving him the information about them and the Shinju and everything. And they're not that aware of what Shinjutsus are, or knowing about them, or at least I don't think they know the full scope of what the Otsutsukis are, or how they're existing, or the Ten Tails and their whole, they know part of it, they don't know all of it. But the part that I really want to focus on is that, well, Shibai Otsutsuki discarded his body on Earth, and that was after he ascended to like a higher realm of being. Now, why would he ascend to a higher realm of being if he eats the chakra fruit like in outer space? Like, if he devours a whole planet, right? Devours a whole planet, and then he moves on to the next. Why would he hold on to the chakra fruit until he gets to the next planet? Does that make sense? So maybe there was some sort of a transformation inside of him where after he ate it, like, he was super strong. He came to Earth, but then he ascended into godhood or whatever, right? Like, above his own mortal body, he transcended it and left his body discarded on Earth. Now, the only reason that he would come to Earth is to get another chakra fruit, or so we may think. I may think, I guess, is a better way to put it. Is there, by any chance, any way whatsoever, there is a second Otsutsuki also on Earth? It's possible, because Shibai no Otsutsuki does it alone. Now, is it possible that the other Otsutsuki that was like, let's say, conjoined, or the duo of the Otsutsukis, right? One eats a chakra fruit, the other one leaves a karma on somebody so that way they can be revived. Stuff like that, right? What do you think that they were actually there, or a part of it, or in any way, shape, or form, on Earth, right? Like, that's kind of what my thinking is. Is there a possibility they're on Earth? Now, we know about Ishiki, we know about Kaguya, Momoshiki and Kinshiki showed up out of nowhere, right? But I don't know, Ishiki was on Earth. I don't know, is there any way to avoid detection? Is there any way to kind of like stay away from that, Is there any way to mask your karma? I honestly don't think Ishiki Otsutsuki would have. Well, there are a lot of things I think that Jigen and Ishiki Otsutsuki not being a part of like the fourth Great Ninja War when Kaguya was resurrected, because I mean, wouldn't it have been easier if he tried to like attack or kill Kaguya with the other shinobi, if that was the case before? But I don't know. It's hard to say. But my point being is that there is a possibility, there's a chance that there's another Otsutsuki on Earth, or at least out there, that's supposed to like meet up with Shibai. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where my focus has been, is that like if Shibai Otsutsuki like reemerges or comes back to Earth, or retakes his mortal body or whatever, or perhaps gets a new host or something like that, right? I'm curious as to whether or not, I don't know, whether or not it actually like another Otsutsuki might come and take his place. Like, one Otsutsuki had to be fed to the Ten Tails. Do you know what I'm saying? So repeated over and over and over again, Shibai Otsutsuki had to keep on feeding another Otsutsuki and Otsutsuki, one after another. So we honestly don't know how many other Otsutsukis are out there, you know what I mean? But they leave that open for the possibility of Shibai's duo, his other partner, that's supposed to be part of like helping him transcend godhood. That's the other Otsutsuki. I don't know if we'll ever see that. It is curious. It makes me curious about future possibilities with the Otsutsukis, but the way the things are now, I feel like Momoshiki is enough threat, not to mention Shibai Otsutsuki being above all of them. So, and then not to mention Amado's daughter, Akebi, possibly becoming an Otsutsuki or something else. So, it's kind of hard to say, but I don't know. I feel like there's a chance at it, but I just don't know how it fits into the story. You know what I mean? Like, it's a cool idea, and I think about it. I'm like, how would another Otsutsuki mix into all of this? Would it just try to destroy Earth and then force the characters into action? Would it be kind of like revenge against the Otsutsuki or Shibai in particularly, right? Or I don't know. Maybe they're just like randomly coming to Earth or whatever. I don't know. You never can tell with this stuff, but I'm really curious as to whether or not, like, how many more Otsutsukis are out there and whether or not that'll be relevant to the plot moving forward. But until then, chapter 23, we get to see how Boruto and Jura's fight continues or concludes. You know, I don't think Boruto will last a lot longer now that his strongest jutsu can't hurt Jura, but I think that next chapter we'll get a little bit more of a fight. We'll see what happens when Boruto is pushed to a bit of desperation. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about other Otsutsukis being out there, and I'll talk to you guys all next time. Thank you.